Hi, and welcome to Christine's Corner. I've had this guest on many times before, and I love when she comes on. To my left is Pam. She does healing with art, and she's going to do another picture today. And what theme are you doing today? I love the color. Is that teal that the background?
Yeah, it's almost like a teal. I thought I'd do something that speaks to autumn. And I always love the really blue sky we get in autumn. So I started with this pearly blue because I thought it was pretty. And I'm going to paint sunflowers in a fence.
Oh, pretty.
So actually lattice work fence.
Kind of fallish.
Yes. So it's going to be fallish. So I already put the background on, and you can use a bigger brush than this and just paint whatever color you got. And we're gonna, next I wrote in our I like to write words on here of intentions that I have for this painting to give off these types of feelings like peace, confidence, hope, happiness, prosperity, action, prayers, God, dream. So
How does that help?
that helps me kind of center in on what I want this to be rather than just worry about how it looks. It's more of the feeling. I'm trying to get the feelings to come through my paintings. And so
All positive.
yeah, and art is very healing. They've done lots of study on it, and what it does is it switches over your brain to a different part, and that part relaxes and doesn't think about all the day-to-day stuff, so that you're able to think about if you had something specific you were trying to heal. You can, as you're painting, you paint it, and so you don't have the emotions, the dark emotions that go with it, and so it helps you to look at it a different way and helps you to get through it.
Very nice. Great idea.
Yeah, so I like to paint a lot for that reason, and I like to help other people do that and hopefully heal. So I'm going to start with lattice work behind it because I got this idea that in our playground, I'm a preschool teacher by day, we have like this lattice work fence that's just metal, but I thought it'd be nice a white lattice work behind.
What is lattice?
Lattice is like crisscross, a crisscross fence.
Okay.
And it's usually a wooden fence, but I'm just gonna make diagonal strokes across the paper like that. Try and make them even. Kind of have to put a lot of paint on to cover up the blue here. And this blue is all dry. I did this this morning just so I could save some time and actually get farther along in the painting this time because I don't.
Yeah, you get a little further along each time.
Yeah, I'm getting better, getting faster and better. So so I'm just doing these diagonal lines this way, and in a minute I'm going to cross them all and do the opposite the other way. And what I wanted is to have this pretty blue shine through. And the blue that I used is, it's a pearl color, so it has like a sheen to it.
Yeah, it does. I was going.
Yeah, and so I kind of like the shiny stuff just to add a little interest. But the rest of the paints are just regular paints. But you'd be surprised, they have all kinds of acrylic paints you can buy that are pearl or metallic, and they even have matte paints so they don't shine at all, which are kind of neat, depending on what you're painting.
Maybe we can flip it up a little bit so over here.
Right now.
See what you're doing.
Right now, it's just, a bunch of straight lines, and I'm gonna, in a minute, go the other way.
So you start with the background first, of course, then.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to put the background in and paint on top of it rather than going back. A lot of people like paint their tree and then they try to paint the background around it.
Yes,
And it's very difficult, and you end up painting the
extremely.
tree again. And
Then it looks like a fence is coming out of their arm. And
yeah, so if you can do that first, it's one thing I learned is to put in that background first. And the great thing is you can always paint over it. Like this last stripe that I made a little wider, so maybe later I'll paint more blue over there. But now I'm gonna cross it and go the other way.
so, what is the name of your paints? Is it acrylic, oil?
These are acrylic paints, and a lot of the paints that I'm using this time is from Artesia. It's a company that makes a lot of art supplies, and they have very nice paints, so I like to use them. They're thick enough, but not too thick.
Well, I like using acrylic because it dries so fast and I can keep going with my picture.
Yes.
Is that the same for you?
Yes, and I also like to do multimedia, so I may start out with a painting, and then I'll add, I'll draw on top of it and add pastels and different media on top. And it's nice. The acrylic takes a lot of that, and you can glue on it pretty easy, and you can blend a lot of stuff with the acrylic.
I know
which
I
is
get
really nice.
impatient and I got the image of what I want in my head, and if I have to wait a day for it to dry, it's gone, and the enthusiasm to paint is gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to use different media, like I put clear stones on it. or
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Nature. Oh, that's cool.
so this is the lattice work. And now
Nice colors together.
thanks. So it kind of looks summery at the moment and a little bit fallish, which is kind of September. So what I noticed, we have in our playground, we have a bunch of sunflowers growing. And I never noticed this before, but they all grow out of a single spot, and then they go up like this, and then all the different sunflowers grow up. Like each plant is like that.
Ah.
So if you have more than one, then it looks like it's just this big bush almost of sunflowers. But I'm just gonna probably do one sunflower plant tonight. And the really neat thing is they have these really large leaves, and we've been doing like leaf pressing with the leaves, but some of the leaves are really big because some of the sunflowers are like that wide around,
Wow.
and some are only this big.
Wow.
But and a lot of them are yellow, but some of them are brown or rust color.
How do you know where to start drawing?
So, on this one, I just kind of started in the middle, but what I'm going to do is to make sure that my painting is not symmetrical, because that can be boring. I'm going to place the flowers in different ways so that it leads you down different places around the painting. So, and
So the white's blended in with the green,
yeah,
but it seems to be fine. We just go over it one more time.
yeah, and some of that white I'm gonna want later too. So I plan on having a big sunflower like over here. So I'll have like a thicker stem. They seem to have really thick stems.
It's pretty awesome because you didn't draw this before. You just kind of free painting.
Yeah, I did do a few circles, but I'm not
Oh, you
following
did?
them.
Oh,
Yeah, I've already painted
Oops.
over. So since I did that, I'm going to take that mistake and make it into a
now it's going to be.
another stem, and maybe a big leaf for that. So it's such a big blob. So anyway, so now I'm gonna just put in the leaves. A lot of them are super big, and they're really fun to do. It's like a
Yeah, you did that pretty fast. It
almost
looks
an
like a
oval.
leaf.
They're almost like an oval with a point at the side, at the back. But and they have a lot of leaves on these plants, I noticed. I'm gonna have one that goes a little bit different here. So I'm just varying where they are, and let's see, let's put one, trying not to be so indecisive because I'm trying to paint fast.
The time? We still have plenty of time.
Okay, so now I'm going to put in some of the yellow, well, the brown middles, and then I'm going to have a couple mostly yellow ones, and then one's going to be like a rust color because they're really pretty in it. So I'm going to add this. It's just, right now I'm just going to do like a dotted thing around a circle, and then I'm going to put it in the middle of the circle. But I'm going to go back, and the petals are almost like the leaves, almost the same shape, but a little thinner. So right now I'm just throwing these in to mark where it's going.
I just show them how far you've gone, what it looks
Okay.
like.
I keep showing it
That's
upside down. So far this
So
is
that's the
what's
start
going
of
on.
your middle of your sunflower.
Yes. So now I have kind of a lighter brown, I think it's sienna brown, and I'm going to put that in the middle. And that's where all the seeds of this sunflower are that we were finding out. And then there's like this little ring around it where these, I don't know what they are. They're like these little sticks with a little ball on the end of them, but they're not the seeds. They cover up the seeds. So it's like a layer.
Oh,
And then I just add in a little bit of things. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the middles of some of the other ones. And some will be a little bit smaller and at a different angle. So, and I think I'm going to have to add another stem.
a couple of them, a couple of stems, yeah.
Yeah. And then, okay, so I'm going to add that lighter rust color, which reminds me of fall for some reason. I guess the leaves and stuff. And I like to put a few in here inside to lighten it up a little. And I think we might have an orange sunflower actually.
So show them what you've got there so far.
Okay, so we've got some centers going on there.
There's two different colored browns.
Yep, this is, one's got a lot of orange in it. And that's the second layer around the,
Is that sienna, you said?
I think so. And then the other one's burnt sienna.
Burnt sienna?
Yep. I don't think I want green around there. Okay.
I matched the green very well. What color green is that one?
This one is, the one I used is pine green. Is that 15 or 10?
10.
Okay. All right. Pine green is the darker green. So I'm going to add this stem over here. And the pine green, I'm going to add a little bit. I think the sun's coming over from this way, so I'm going to add a little darkness on the sides here.
Do you put yellow on the other side to show that where the sun is?
Yeah, I might add a little more, a little bit later. And let's see, so the sun is up. So you want to try to remember where your sun is and go with it. Like it's going to be darker stems down here than it is at the top.
Because of the sun?
Right, because the sun's somewhere over here. And eventually I would go back in with black at the very end.
Oh.
So I just kind of go work
people-
from light to black. And
People tend to put the sun on the right-hand side.
I don't know. I think it depends on the picture. For me, it just depends what I'm thinking of. I'm making a little, like a little top of the stem here.
Very nice.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back in and get some yellow and put in our petals, except for the one that I'm going to do. I think I'll do orange. Put the orange one right up here. If you put too much water, then it
Yeah, it's
more like
mixed
watercolor.
brown and orange in there.
And I'm going to have that leaf that's next to it in front of it. So you're not going to see all the petals of that one. But these petals are going in front of this sunflower. And in a minute, all the rest will be yellow.
The sunflower?
The petals.
Flowers?
Yeah. Add a little more orange because sometimes you want to let it dry in between layers so it doesn't all blend together. But I always end up going over it. I look at it and look at it, and then I'm like, oh, I need to do this, and I need to do that. So now I'm gonna get rid of that orange, do some yellow. I'm going back over this yellow, so you have some green in it. And it's also nice to have the varying colors too. You don't want to just have it flat yellow. I can still see some of these words on this one, even though I wrote it on the blue.
Is that okay that you can see the words?
Yeah, it's kind of nice sometimes. It's funny how sometimes they show through and sometimes they don't. Sometimes I write like a poem. If I see something that inspires me, I'll put a poem in it, and like I'll use, like just write it in my own handwriting and see what happens.
Good ideas.
Thanks.
Let's show the audience what it looks like so far.
Okay,
Isn't
so
that
we
pretty?
got a few more flowers, petals to go in.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes, so
Okay.
I don't want to force for painting.
It's okay. That's the thing with
Can't do
acrylic. You
that.
can always paint over it. You don't like it?
Yeah.
I went to a class one time with my daughter, and we had no idea what we were going to paint because they didn't tell us ahead of time. And so we got there, and it was jellyfish, and it was kind of fun to paint and everything. But then it was like, okay, now we have these paintings of jellyfish.
Oh, no.
So it's like, what do you do with them? So some of this yellow is turning a little browner, which is okay, because it's just like the sunflowers, they're all different yellows and oranges and browns. We have a brown one at school.
Oh,
It's really pretty.
I've never seen brown.
Yeah, they bought seeds that had all different colors, and all of them are yellow except for one. One is brown. So it's funny how that happens. Like, I don't know if they know which one's going to be brown or not when they put the seeds in,
Oh,
you know?
I can imagine I wouldn't think they would know, really, anybody.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
it's magical how it would come out.
Yeah, that's neat.
I've never seen brown, orange and yellow, but I mean, the whole middle is brown from the seeds. But,
Yeah, it's just like
oh, pretty. Very pretty.
thank you. So now I'm going to add a little bit of highlights to the leaves, and then I probably add some more leaves.
You still got green in your, and yellow in your.
Yep, that's what I want for the
You
leaf.
want?
Yep.
Okay.
So I said the sun's coming on over here, so I'm
Yeah.
going to put my highlight over here to add, whoop, that's a little much, but I'll blend it in.
Oh, hey. Oh, I see what you mean. I like that.
Thanks.
It's better than just yellow.
Yeah. I tend to use a lot of colors together rather than just, I don't know if it's because I don't mix them well or what, but you know, it's just I've always painted like not very smoothly or anything, and just with different colors in each thing. So
We've got a couple of minutes. Is there a place they can get more information? I mean, do you help other people do some healing through painting?
I do. I do give classes. What they could do is send me an email to paintingpiece@gmail.com.
Paintingpiece
Yep,
at gmail.com.
right. And I can give them a little more information about it.
Do you ever do video by your phone?
I do. Yeah, I can do it on Zoom, or I can do it in person. A lot of times the Zoom is nice because no one has to go driving around, you know. And
I'll have to ask you how to do that because I cannot figure that out.
the Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I know how to
about that.
use it, but I don't know how to put one together. But we only have 1 minute, so can you show them what you have?
Okay.
All the
I
highlights?
put some heavy blacks in here that I'm going to go back over with greens.
The black is shadow from the sun, I'm assuming.
Yes. But
It's very, very pretty. Isn't it? Wouldn't you agree? What you start with, and then you add the detail after.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I first started, I thought you just put the sunflowers and then you do the background, and that never worked.
Yep.
I love that. So
So
thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Pam,
you're welcome.
again for a beautiful, beautiful painting.
Thank you.
I'll see you again next week. Love you all.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Sometimes life just happens. Don't worry. Farmington Motorsports will get you back on the road and at a fair price. From towing to tires, emissions to transmissions.
Our ASC certified techs do it all.
Farmington Motorsports is a family-run business. We're a Napa Auto Center and AAA approved. We work on all makes and models from preventative maintenance to major repairs.
And every repair is backed by our 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty.
When life happens to you, don't worry. Farmington Motorsports.